I was just gonna say to Simbi, actually, I loved what she said about what was it, the dirt, or what was it that
The mud is
From the
fuel.
mud.
the mud is
Yeah.
fuel. It's so
Mm.
powerful, it's so gigantic. It resonates so much for me around like when we're always when we're in a dark place, let's put it that way, it's like the light, there's no other way, but the light is coming, right? Like night, it's on the other side. So I love that so much. Is that a Buddhist teaching?
The mud, yeah, that we need the mud, right? Like we need the contrast, we need the struggle, the obstacles in life in order to bloom. We need the compost in order to bloom.
I'm
Yeah,
feeling the compost.
it's for you. It's for you.
Of
Yeah,
course.
and we also in Buddhism say like that we're potatoes in a bag, and like when we get together in community and we practice together or we do this, we're rubbing up against each other, and those little spiky things that, what do you call them? Of the potatoes, they rub off. Same with like the pressure of a diamond, right? But it's like that we polish each other by coming together. And even though it's hard to be in relationship, it's hard to be in community sometimes because we trigger each other and we bump up against each other and we show each other things that we don't want to see and all of that. But like that rubbing is what polishes us and what makes us better people and what gives us our opportunity to have our human revolution.
I think we file our edges with each other.
Yeah.
That's how it works. I'm gonna have to go in a little bit, but I wanted to read something, so only a couple of
Yeah,
lines
sure.
that I have in my computer to remind myself that I don't need to ask permission to feel joy. And it says, abundance flow to those who believe they are already enough. What's one way you can embody that today? And
Right.
asking myself that question allows me to be creative, to be curious, to look for possibilities, not probabilities every day, and really find that joy, one thing each day. It doesn't have to be the whole day. The same way that I have a commitment with myself to pay forward one time a day at least and see how am I going to do that good deed, today. So the same way that I'm curious about those possibilities, I'm curious to see where the joy is so I can have more abundance in my life. So I just want to share that with all of you, and
Beautiful.
thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this. This was great. I have somebody that has to fix something in my house, and I know the bell is gonna ring and my dogs are gonna go nuts.
Thank
So
you,
I'm gonna
Claudia.
Can we
I'm
just
gonna
tell
do it.
everybody the name of your podcast, Claudia? Because I think it's so powerful.
Thank you. It's Don't Shrink to Fit. I only interview women. I interview women that have had pivotal moments, but I also interview um coaches and other experts that can help them in this journey. I will reach out to you ladies if you want to be part of my podcast. That would be amazing.
I
And
would
thank you so much, Siri. This was really, really great. And sorry I missed the past one, but I was like so
All in
I
perfect
have
divine timing.
yeah. I have a couple of books coming and it's like crazy.
I know.
So
Claudia
it's
has an
like
amazing
I have one of the children's books that I've read to my boy a couple times. That
oh, I love that.
the
You
one
know the
about
one
don't keep secrets from moms.
That one just won the International Book Award. Yeah, secrets don't include mom.
Secrets don't
So
include mom.
Oh my
and they're
gosh, I love
using
that.
them now for sexually abused kids.
Yes.
So they know that when somebody comes and say you can tell your mom because it's a secret, they know already that secrets don't include moms.
Yes.
So you can tell me anything.
Yes. It's so
So
important.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I love it.
Claudia was on my show and she has a very powerful story to share. So nothing's what it looks like. I just like to say that because it's true. And I was on her show as well.
Yes,
I love
you were. You were. And I am so proud of everything you're accomplishing, Linda. Moving to another state and starting from zero, kudos to you.
Thank you.
That's
Sweet.
very powerful. All right, ladies.
Mwah,
Bye.
I love
Bye,
you,
Thank you so
Claudia.
much.
Thank you.
Bye,
And
Claudia.
I will
Thank
see
you,
you guys the next
Claudia.
time. Okay, bye-bye.
Amy, how are you doing in Australia over there?
I'm so good. You know, the sun is just coming up. I keep looking
Oh.
out to my window here because the ocean's out here and the sun is just slowly starting to come up, and it just makes me so happy. And something that you were saying, Tracy, about like just those little moments and those beautiful moments. And I'm always reminded when the sun comes up just how grateful I am. Just a brand new day and a clean slate. And that is something that just connects me right here. Like talk about presence and letting it in.
Is
It's
that why
just,
you get up so early? Because you want to see the sunrise? Yeah.
yeah, I do. I do. I'll often go down to the beach or I'll sit on my balcony, and there's just nothing more impactful and magnetic than seeing the sunrise. So I'm just in my happy place because this has been so great, so wonderful. And I just love the live transmission that's coming through everyone based on, you know, where they're at. But there's just such a collective resonance. Like we do all share the same story in so many ways, and it brings us together. So thank you, Siri. It's just been so beautiful.
You're so
Thank
Amy,
you.
I just wanted to say the magic of what you just said was that you feel gratitude. You know, that's the key to everything. It's not just seeing it, witnessing, but having that moment of appreciation. I mean, that's
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, yeah, you feel it, right? Like it's just,
Yes.
we can have these words around, I'm grateful for this and that, but when it hits you like that, when it's
Yes.
something that just connects you and you feel that resonance, that's the greatest gift, isn't it?
It is.
Mm.
Siri.
And when you look at have you ever seen Orthodox Jewish people pray? They daven. They do something called davening. Everyone's doing this thing, and it is something that worshipers do as part of their prayer ritual. And I just
Yes.
feel that we're engaging in this group prayer, and our bodies are in motion
Ah,
in that flow. And it's really quite magnificent to see that. It is like a prayer. This is a blessing,
Yeah.
1000%.
It
I
just, you
love
feel that energy moving through you and
yes.
you're just allowing it and going with it.
soaking it in. Tracy, I love that you brought up gratitude
Oh,
because
yeah.
I don't think we touched upon that hardly at all.
No. And it's the key. I have a shirt that has gratitude across it because that's when my transition started, was when I started having gratitude for the little things, like having running water in the house. You know, the things that you
Yes,
just not the
yes. Every
cars
day I
and the
think about
homes.
that.
Yes. And then it brings you more. It brings you more. It's this magical thing. Once you start having gratitude for all the little moments, the bigger things come. But I was going to say, Robin, really quickly, that's so funny you said that because I had to tell myself to stop shaking my head because I thought you're going to look ridiculous. Everything you guys said, I was just like, I took so many
don't
notes. Oh my gosh. Siri, thank you for including me.
Thank
This has
you.
been
Yeah.
like a course.
Yeah.
I love that you had 2 panels today and you did the breath work.
Ah,
Love
I'm
it.
all in. I'm saying yes to
super
everything, to all of it.
Oh,
Uh,
yes, and thank you. Yes, and thank you.
Yes, yes, and thank you.
Wow.
I just want to say, yeah, gratitude is so gigantic. I started a practice in 11 and 12 when I had a health condition and I was like taken down and I had to basically tackle it with every possible modality, including herbs. And I started lighting Shabbat candles every Friday night and I do it to this day. But I just wanted to say that gratitude is so huge and I'm super grateful for this opportunity and everything. I lost my train of thought, but there was something about gratitude. Oh, every person like that's not part of like the coaching world and the healing world, like just people that are out in the world and they come to me with their negative whatever, I always want to say, do you have a gratitude practice? Like this
yeah.
is like literally the first thing that's going to help you shift from your victim story or your, negative, fear, whatever it is that's going on, is to start being thankful for what you have because it helps so much, right? To shift.
I really resonated when Robin, you were talking about like the acting world and how it's just like I'm never quite where I want to be. And I feel like gratitude has helped me get out of that headspace and just
Yeah.
being grateful for where I am and how much I have accomplished and all the things that
Yeah.
are working in my career. And then you enjoy what you're doing right now.
While you're
Like you
doing it.
said, yeah. Like when
Mhm.
I'm writing the email,
Mhm.
can that be as joyful as getting the gig? You
Yeah.
know, and have that gratitude.
Mm.
As a practice. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. And speaking of gratitude and for this moment, Siri, I'm requesting a seasonal panel. This is spring, but a seasonal one. So 4 times a year minimum panel like this. We've got we've got summer coming,
Robin, if you
winter,
hadn't noticed, I've
fall.
been doing one every month.
But for the seasons, you're doing this like, oh, Siri's talking to me. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
She's got to always come in. She has to have her way. The other Siri.
Robin, when you said about like this is it, like it's here. It's here. I mean, I just found that so impactful because of course we know this, we feel this, but the way you were just like, it is here. We look out in front, we think it's coming, or when
Yeah.
this happens, or when I get that, and to
Yeah.
just bring it back into like
The
everything is right now.
the fulfillment is now. It could be nowhere else ever through time. The actual experience of equanimity and wholeness and satisfaction and fulfillment could only ever be a present oriented phenomena. So it's like, how is this working out the technology on my MailChimp? How is this the greatest? Or, like, how is this the greatest? I'm looking into that on the daily. And I know it sounds silly, but this brushing my teeth in the morning, I have these practices that I kind of go through, but there's a limited number of times when I'll be able to, as you were saying, Tracy, turn on, have running water and have my nice Tom's toothpaste and do the thing.
Yes,
Do the
yes.
thing. It's like doing the thing in and of itself while you're doing it. And it creates a kind of charisma all around you when you're doing what you're doing while you're doing it. And that is key in acting. Like certain
Zen,
actors, right?
yeah.
Like that charisma is garnered through they're fully in the fulfillment of the moment of doing what they're doing while they're doing it.
Yeah.
So and it is a practice too. And then thank you is a practice. I love I love waking
Like the
up and I just sit in
Ho'oponopono.
bed.
Yeah.
Oh, but oh no, I wake up and like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I don't even know what I'm saying thank you for, but I know there's
It
infinite things to be, doesn't matter.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Doesn't
Well,
matter.
I just feel like I visualize
Mm.
myself driving through my apartment community when I'm now moved in my BMW like crossover electric. I visualize it going, oh, I remember those days with Lucky and we had so much fun and we'd go to the park and like just like visualize not being where I am right now and like coming back and like just with the warmest. Oh, I loved those days. Like, say I'm married, living in $1 million house on the ocean, whatever it is. Like, I remember those days, like loving that time, right? Because here, like, they get there and then they're like,
Yeah.
oh, journey. But we don't, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like,
It's the
and
journey.
yeah, I do. I
Wow.
visualize like my last days. Like I love this place. Like somebody was saying, I moved here 3 years ago from Michigan. I lived there my whole life, and it's a whole story. I won't take up all the space, but like,
You
you know, I got a divine message. I was at a Gina DeVee. I don't know if anyone knows who Gina DeVee is, but I was at her event in Miami because and I got a message that I belonged in Florida, and everything lined up. The universe, I took the action. I had the courage. It was scary and everything, but everything lined up. I would never have known Siri. I would never have had a podcast. I would never have started a coaching, but none of these things if I didn't move to Florida, probably, you know what I mean? Like Michigan. It's like, but anyway, it's just funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wild stuff. But yeah, it's all
Well, I think this is a good moment to just say thank you. And I love the little after party nuggets. I think they're some of the best nuggets that come through when we're like not in the formal space. So thank you all. Thank you, listeners, for being here at our little after party and listening in on our afterthoughts. I love you guys so much. I love you, listeners, so much. And please keep expanding your capacity to feel good. Stay tuned for the episodes of the women that I have yet to interview, and go ahead and go back and listen to the ones that you haven't heard yet. And we'll
I
see.
just realized this was recording. Hello, this is it.
We'll see you
This is it.
See you next time.
This is it in
This is
every
it.
sense of the word. Wow.
Bye.
Such a great reminder. Thank you. Thank you.